it's Malak. Today I'll be walking you through Nookly's sound cards. These are the first ever AI-powered speech cards, and they're made specifically for speech and language pathologists, speech therapists, early childhood educators, or anyone interested in developing a child's speech and literacy skills. With this tool, you'll be able to create custom speech cards that are tailored to every single child's unique learning needs. You'll also be able to tailor the cards according to your specific teaching needs and the corrective strategies that you want to take with every child. You'll be able to do that and get a very highly visual deck of cards tailored to your child, all in under 10 minutes. Now, let's dive right in. When creating sound cards on Nookly, you'll be able to choose from 2 different approaches based on what you want to focus on with your child and the specific speech goals that you have in mind. For example, if you're looking to build foundational speech and literacy skills, through this approach, you'll be able to choose to display either phonic or sound cues or word lists, depending on the specific teaching goals that you have in mind. This approach helps strengthen phonemic awareness and sound recognition, as well as reinforce sound production with visual and auditory cues, as well as strengthen general literacy for children. But if you're working to deploy a very specific strategy, or you're working on a processing disorder with a child, the second approach might be the better fit for you. This approach is designed for targeted intervention in speech challenges, and it applies 4 evidence-based strategies to enhance articulation and speech clarity. With this approach, each deck is tailored to match the selected strategy that you want to focus on, ensuring focused and effective practices for various children. Let's take an example from each method and see some cards come to life. Through this approach, you'll be able to choose from 2 different card deck types. The first is phonic or sound cue decks, which focus on very specific sounds that you want to work on with your child, and the second focuses on word lists, which help children understand different words in various contexts. The way you customize your cards is going to depend on the deck type that you choose. If you're going to pick phonic or sound cue cards, you need to pick the corresponding sound that you want to focus on specifically. If you want to proceed with a word list, you can choose the sound that you want to focus on, but you'll also be able to select the word structure or type that you want your cards to be displayed in. This can include CVC words or CVCC words or anything like that. I'm not going to list them all because they're just too many C's and V's, but you'll also be able to select silent letters if that's something that you want to work on with your child as well. Additionally, you'll be able to select the sound position of your specific letter. So for our example, I want to focus on phonic or sound cues, and I want to focus on all the different letters of the alphabet and the specific sounds that are associated to them. We support up to 70 different sounds, and so I'm going to go ahead and select all the different sounds that are going to be found in the alphabet. So once I do that, I can specify the number of cards, and in this case, I want to have 26 letters. Want to feature a specific child in your cards, you can do so by selecting a child profile if you already have one created, or you can also create a new child profile from scratch for a child that you want to tailor the cards for. And once you're happy with your selection, you can click on generate. The text of your cards will then be generated, and if you want to edit anything, you can press on the pencil icon and edit the text of your captions. Once you're happy with it, you can click on the check mark and hit save. If I'm happy with my selections, I can click on next and my cards will be generated. Your cards can take a little bit of time to generate, so feel free to navigate to other tabs while it loads. Once your cards generate, you'll be able to see all of your cards on the page. And if you're looking to actually interact with the cards, see the sound cues on them, and see the specific letters on them, you can click on expand cards. From here, you'll be able to toggle on guide mode, which gives you a description that can help with your teaching as you go through the cards. For example, this is a sneezing sound, and the letter that makes that sound is ah, and it's achoo. You can make your sessions really interactive and fun by looking at the reference guide directly. You'll be able to flip through your cards, and each one is going to have the short description along with the sound. Once your cards are generated, they're going to be saved in your reading nook so you can return to them anytime. Now that we've tried creating a sound cue deck, let's try the other method. Now, as I mentioned previously, if you're looking to deploy a specific strategy or you're working on a specific processing disorder with your child, this method might be helpful for you because through it, you can focus on 4 different corrective strategies, which include minimal pairs, facilitative context, core articulation, and complexity approach. Let's go ahead and see how you can customize your cards here. When customizing these cards, the first thing you need to do is select your corrective approach. You can pick from the 4 strategies I just mentioned, and to accompany that corrective approach, you must select a sound or a processing disorder that you want to focus on. For example, you can use the complexity approach to target a very specific sound Or you can use the complexity approach because you want to target a specific processing disorder that the child has, for example, fronting and backing or cluster reduction. You'll also be able to pick the number of cards, and you'll be able to personalize it to any specific child that you have or build a child profile from scratch. Once you select your corrective approach coupled with a sound or a processing disorder, you can click on generate and it will take you through a similar process to what we just did. You'll be able to edit the text of your captions and also view it in expand mode, where you can closely interact with your cards. But I want to take a moment to point out an additional resource that you can make use of. Let's be real, sometimes you just want a deck of cards that's ready to go and you don't need to personalize it to your specific child. You just want to have something that's high quality, very visual and engaging. Actually, you have that resource as well through Nookly's sound cards. Our team has created different decks that are very popular in speech therapy that you can go ahead, click on, and instantly use. For example, if you want to focus on voicing minimal pairs, you can go ahead and click on the existing deck, and you'll instantly have your deck ready to go. Similar to what we've seen before, you'll be able to click on expand cards, and you'll be able to see the minimal pairs side by side that you can directly practice with your child. You'll be able to flip through your cards and interact with them however you want. And you'll be able to find decks on both approaches that you can instantly use with zero prep time. Looking for additional resources on why personalized speech cards can be helpful for your child in the first place, I'll put a link in the description on why personalized speech cards can be really beneficial for speech therapists and anyone looking to enhance their child's literacy and speech. I'll also put a link of a step-by-step guide that will help you understand how you can master customizing your cards and personalizing them for your child. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to us and please let us know your feedback on the sound cards. We always love hearing back from you. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions about sound cards or any of Nookly's visual tools, you can always chat with us directly on the chat box on Nookly. See you later. Bye!